And just then they were about to abduct me and do experiments on me when their ship crashed.
Hello viewers, Brad, proprietor of Barstool Entertainment, doing another GTA 5 Stranger Mission video. This one is Far Out, and it's initiated by Omega. And you have to collect 50 ship parts, which are scattered throughout the whole San Andreas map. Many of them are really hard to get to, and I advise you use a helicopter. I'm using Trevor a lot to gather these parts because he has a reliable helicopter. For some reason, in this new version, the helicopter doesn't spawn as often on the rooftop of the hospital that I normally bring Franklin to. So again, I'm using Trevor a lot, and he is helping out gathering spaceship parts. I did do a flip-off between, or trade-off, not flip-off, between Trevor and Franklin for a helicopter, and I'll put that at the end of this video. I will be showing you this mission with the interactions of Omega, and then a few places where to find ship parts because they are really hard. So let's start Far Out.
Log 8-9-Zeta-3X. Wait! Stop!
What's the problem, homie?
Wait. Carbon-based life form, check. 6 feet tall, check. Slightly excessive adipose tissue, normal distribution, check. Readings are... Shoot. This little machine is broken again, check. Stardate 14-9-305, time is 7:89 past the 9th meridian. We are clear. Whew. Greetings, CBL. Carbon-based life form.
Greetings, homie.
Have you seen them, CBL?
Seen who?
I don't know. They came to me last week. There was a brilliant joy and a terrible confusion. And they were laughing and screaming and crying all at once. And some said, Omega, we come in peace. And others said, we have come to enslave you. We are an infinitely intelligent race of supercosmic beings, and out of the 6 billion people on this planet, we have chosen you for no good reason. And just then they were about to abduct me and do experiments on me when their ship crashed.
Man, you done lost your motherfucking mind.
And now I've got to find the pieces.
Man, bullshit.
Look. See this? If you see some, let me know.
Yeah, okay, I will, man.
Now, you have to leave the area, and once you do, the mission or search for spaceship parts can start in earnest. You have to find 50 of them. And like the letter scraps, it's helpful, I guess, to use a helicopter. But like I said before, they're difficult to get to. And the helicopter doesn't spawn as much. So I am using Trevor a lot. And I'm going to now show you some locations of spaceship parts and where to get them because they are some of the most difficult ones to get. Now this mission, Franklin has to dive off of a pier and swim around and try and find the spaceship part. It's in some junk at the bottom, and the danger is Franklin can take damage if he doesn't get enough air quickly. He can dive too deep to a point where, as he's trying to swim up, he takes some physical damage. And yeah, that is what happened when I was trying to find this part. Franklin takes some physical damage, but he does find the location of the part. It's in this junk. Now, if you notice, it's part 28 of 50. I was already looking for and finding a lot of other parts using Trevor. I decided to find this one using Franklin. So, yep, here's the part. This one wasn't too bad in terms of difficulty. Franklin only took some damage because he was down too long. I'm saving the worst part for last, but here are some other parts that were kind of difficult to find. This next part you're actually going to need a helicopter for because it's located out in the middle of nowhere on the side of a mountain. And I will show you the location on the map after I actually find the part. And I'm looking for it right now. I can kind of see where it is. Now I'm going to land the helicopter and have Trevor walk to find the part. A little tricky there. I forgot to jump that gap, and well, now I got to walk Trevor back up and replay that whole thing and jump over that gap. It sucks. Some of these parts are definitely difficult to handle. So I'll show you how to get Trevor back to the part. This one was early in my search, and I'll show you on the map where this part is located right here. And if you can kind of get a feeling and view for it, I'm actually using a Bradley Games book that I had when I had the Xbox 360. I kept it, and it still is very applicable to finding locations of parts and stuff. You can kind of Google them and look them up. If you cannot find any of the parts, I'm sure websites and YouTube videos will show you the locations. So on to the next location and the oddball part. I'm going to just fast forward. It's right here where I'm marking it. I'm going to fly Trevor there and show you where it's located. Now this part is located by a river in a little area. It's out in the open, and it's not that hard to get to. You can use a mini bike or something to get to it. Again, though, its location is a little strange and a little, hard to get to. Again, you can use a vehicle. Here it is. It's not that bad, but a helicopter makes things a lot easier to travel between parts. And it's right here at this river. There's another part located nearby. I'm going to just walk to that after I retrieve this, or fly a little bit and show you where that part is located. The next part in question is not too far from the other part. I'm going to make a mark on the map and then fly Trevor to it. It's actually located beneath a bridge. And so this is where I'm going to fly Trevor and pick up this part. Now you're going to have to arm Trevor in case there is any hostile wildlife, because there are cougars and boars that could attack Trevor. You don't want him attacked. The part is actually on the opposite side of the river from Trevor, so right over there, and let's go over there and find this part. Now, the next part I'm going to show you is interesting because not only is it located where there is a letter scrap, but if you do the bounty hunting missions with Maud, well, then, oh, hostile deer. There we go. Oh, another one. Yeah. Anyway, it's located in the same area where, again, Trevor does a bounty hunting mission, and you can find a letter scrap, but there is an alien part as well. So let's find that alien part. This is the farm area where Trevor hunts down a bounty for Maud, and I believe Franklin found the letter scrap in this area, but there is an alien part in this area as well. Kind of a real busy hive activity area for a lot of things. The part is over by this cabin, and I'll show you where it is. It's kind of the same location where the letter scrap was. Now, I recorded other parts, but they're not really that hard. This next one I'm going to show you is located in an area, again, where a letter scrap is, but it's a very interesting area to go to, and I'll show you the location of the part. Now, this cove has a letter scrap in it and some other interesting things. If you purchase a dock after you have gotten as much money out of the game as possible by doing the big score and some other things, and doing the assassination missions as well in a proper order and bumping up everyone's money, yeah, you can buy yourself a dock and you'll find a boat here that is very powerful and allow you, in fact, it's one of the best boats in GTA, and well, it'll allow you to have some fun if you would like to go out boating. Now I'm going to grab a jet ski and get into this area. Yeah, I'm not going to march through this mush. I'm going to grab a jet ski and get to where the part is. Show you on a map where this is. It's right in the middle of nowhere, but there's that little crooked bay there, and that is where this is located. Now I'm going to get Trevor back to his helicopter, and the next part I'm going to show you is really difficult to locate. It's kind of under a bridge, and you got to traipse all over the place. This wasn't too bad. So let's get over to that part once Trevor fires up his helicopter here, and then we will, I'll just flip over to the next part. This next one requires a lot of running around in the woods because it's hard to locate. It's right here on the map in this area, but you run around in the woods and it's difficult to find, so I'm going to be doing some fast forwarding. Now the guide I'm using has some pictures, and even though it shows you photos of where the location is, yeah, it's still a little vague. So again, I'm going to run around or fast forward a little bit until I get to the actual part. Actually, if you go to the start of the waterfall, right next to this pillar for the bridge over this river, it's in this pool here where you have to dive in and find the part. And there it is. You just got to swim around until you get to the part. There is that part. Now on the map, I'm going to zoom in. As you can see, it's right by a concrete pillar under the actual road. Now this isn't too bad. The next part is out in the middle of nowhere, and if you use a helicopter to get to it, you'll crash your helicopter. You need to actually drive a vehicle in order to get to that part. Now this part, I actually wrecked Trevor's chopper because I was not sure where it was, and I grabbed the big Patriot type vehicle, and here it is in this cave. It's on the map here in the middle of nowhere, and it's sort of halfway up this valley. I'm going to back the Patriot out after I grab the part and show you how to get to this part. Again, it's out in the middle of nowhere, right here on the map. See the location, see the road. Yeah, I wrecked Trevor's chopper trying to find this cave, and Trevor died, and I had to hijack a Patriot to come drive back up here and search for this damn cave. Yeah, it sucked. So now I'm going to back the Patriot out and show you how I got here.
Stir, you piece of shit!
This part is probably the hardest one to get to. Now you see where Trevor is located? I just drove up this gorge until about the halfway point here, and that is where the cave is located. Now let's get on to the most difficult part to get. This part is the most difficult one to get. I'm doing this technique. It worked when I was using the Xbox 360. It takes a few tries, but you're going to wind up, you want to bring the helicopter in slowly and steadily and even out, and you want to go to an area that is high enough to accommodate the blade. And yeah, I'm going to show you how I did it. Yeah, I did this earlier in my exploration. Now, you should be able to jump off, pull your ripcord, and land Trevor successfully. Again, I did this one earlier in my hunt. The technique I just showed you, I used when I was playing GTA 5 on the Xbox 360. You can try and do various things like skydiving, etc. Just inching the helicopter in and stepping out. You might get killed a few times trying it, but it does work really well. Now, let's get on with the finish of Far Out and show you what all this work is going to yield. And now, the final part I had gathered, and what happens is CJ gets a text from Omega. And here we go with the ending of Far Out. Text says, CBL, as soon as you've located the final piece, make haste to my control center trailer at Wind Farm. Again, this is the text Omega sends you. Now you got to get to the Wind Farm and collect your reward.
That hurt.
Well, now Franklin has a police presence coming for him, and you cannot approach Omega with a police presence. Franklin does eventually elude the police. I'm just going to cut to where Franklin does arrive and meet Omega for his final delivery of the 50th piece and his reward.
The final piece! I knew you would make it. Come. I have put together this ship to their exact specifications. I got every piece you sent through, except this.
Man, you crazy motherfucker.
Isn't it incredible?
Awesome, dog, but this motherfucker is small.
Well, they're small, but very powerful. They're far more evolved than we are.
And I sure hope the fuck so.
see you on the other side, brother.
This I gotta try.
Once you fire this up, be very careful taking it out of the shed here. If you hit those tires, it gets caught on it and you can't push it off, because once you walk away from this vehicle, it disappears. It looks really cool. It does really nothing. There's no special powers. You hit the horn button, it makes laser sounds. I'm going to bring it back to Franklin's garage and keep it. I worked hard for it. Well, Trevor worked hard for it, but I digress. I'm Brad, proprietor of Barstool Entertainment. If you've watched this far, thank you. Watching videos in their entirety helps the algorithms and the robots and whatever. And if you subscribe by hitting that subscribe button and bell icon, well, that helps out even more. It tells YouTube I produce valuable content that people like to watch. And feel free to hit the like button and leave a comment. I like responding to comments when they're not bot-driven comments or well-thought-out comments. Again, this thing only makes funny noises when you hit the horn button. I think I'll show you a little bit and cut to one of those sounds. And then, again, this is going to end up being parked in Franklin's garage forever.